Yay, Dawns ARKS! Welcome everyone to your Phantasy Star podcast recorded live on April 25th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, PrinceBrightstar, and with me here are both Rooks and Xance. Say hello.
Whoa, wait, what? I'm here? What?
Yes, you managed to wake up from your long sleep.
Yeah, where am I? Is NGS good now?
well, it's Friday, so instead of Tuesday, that seems to have caught a lot of people off guard with this one here for some reason. But they were clear that it was happening on a Friday, so I don't know what to tell you.
But hey, Friday works for me because I don't work Fridays.
Yep. So how are your weeks? My week has been Xenogears.
My week has been Xenoblade.
Gotcha.
Not much going on other than keeping up with the current event in NGS.
Gotcha. Yeah, and we know the Super Origin Festival is basically what they're going to be talking about here today. The real question is, are they going to give us any hints for June? Because we know there's supposed to be some story stuff happening in June. It's just a question of, are we going to get any kind of preview of that today?
I don't know. They've been very stingy with the story ever since the launch of NGS.
Yeah, definitely. There have definitely been some long stretches, and between last year and when we finally fought, what's his name, Vile, it was like, 9 months, I think?
I think that's correct. That's right.
Wait, it's been 9 months since the last story update?
Between when Vile came out and before that, yeah, it was a 9-month gap.
Ooh. Vale had his own story. And yes, I keep pronouncing it as Vale because I don't think because his name is actually based off of Vale, so that's why I keep naming it, saying Vale instead of Vale instead of Vile.
Yeah, so we'll see what ends up happening here. We're just waiting on the headline to kick off here. Aside from the Super Origin Festival, I mean, it seems like June is when they've made like major updates happen. Like, what was it? It was like a couple of years ago. That's when they launched version 2, if I remember correctly.
To so many people's disappointment, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't get this whole version 2 has only lasted 2 chapters and then they roll credits.
They hyped it up as a major update, and it was a nothing update. It's like, oh, new graphical thing and the creative space. Okay.
Yep. And then Manon doing, too much of the overboost, and then us having to save Aino once again. Although the Starless, of course, were the key thing behind version 2, but at the same time, I mean, the dolls are still there. Like, is there going to be another enemy, or are they just going to stack on top of the Starless and dolls now?
I would not be surprised if they actually pick up on a past plot thread. Particularly, I would not be surprised if they go over this one enemy type that's barely explained at all. You're talking
about the altars?
Yeah, I think we may actually see something from them. And I also think we may, well, not this week, not this month, but we may see their own, the altars having their own thing going on. And I also suspect that the ruin enemies are going to become a problem too.
Gotcha. Well, we'll have to see. I mean, that is definitely a plot thread that they left ever since they named the planet or moon that's near Halpha.
Oh, the stream says it's live.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
NGS Headline Wave. Hello everyone! It's time for NGS Headline Wave, the official program of PSO2 New Genesis version 2.
NGS Headline Wave のお時間です。この番組の
I'm Yui Hasegawa, and I'll be your host for this broadcast. I'll be bringing you all the latest info on NGS. Be sure to stay tuned.
I like
until
how
the
they
end.
updated the presentation on this, at least.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a better
Info
look.
coming to a
I will
close,
agree.
We can expect more
It's
warm
a
days
shame
ahead.
that we
And with
lost
spring
the
comes
old
cherry
MC
blossom
though.
season. I got right to work making a cherry blossom viewing area in my creative space, using the recently added build parts along with the Far Eastern theme, which had yet to be implemented this time last year. Cherry blossoms are really something, whether in-game or out. I'm looking forward to flower viewing in NGS next year as well.
Yes, cherry blossoms are very pretty. That is true.
Now, once again, this program is to inform players about upcoming campaigns and updates for Sega's online RPG, PSO2 New Genesis version 2, also known as NGS. We will also share messages and answers to players' questions from the dev team and provide other game-related info. Tune into this program to learn all you need to know about NGS now and into the future. That's Headline Wave in a nutshell. This is a pre-recorded broadcast. If you would like to watch it in Japanese, you can check it out on the Japanese NGS YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's move on to the updates you've all been waiting for.
Alright, they usually start with a video.
NGS Hot Information. First off, I'd like to share some info on the May updates. Let's start with a video.
Of course, starting with the scratch updates, as they do every time.
You guys are really ahead of me.
Yeah, they're in the middle
Well-
of the scratch ticket right now. Maybe
Yeah.
use the thing that lets you speed up 2 times to catch up.
Yeah, that's what I'd recommend doing. That's what I always do.
Well, it's another scratch ticket I can probably just skip out on.
Yeah, the only thing I see that might be kind of nice is that space helmet thing. Then again, I've never been into the punk look before. Minecart.
First we mine, then we craft. That's Minecraft.
That is making... So, yeah, we were thinking the exact same thing here. This is possibly as a result of Minecraft.
I don't know.
The idea of a swimming minecart, I don't know about that one. Here we go. Omen of the Planet Breaker, V2. So, yeah, they were talking about this, I guess they've updated this. This is Solus, if I remember correctly. Huh, okay, this is at least a sort of interesting one where you gotta work with the teams. But we'll see how long it lasts in terms of replayability, though. That is PSO
hello
Mind's
there.
music we're hearing right now.
Yeah. This music is just reminding me of all the time I spent trying to go after the S parts and not getting it.
Got some interesting horns there.
More LTQs!
Yep. So if you still need your boss titles, this will be one for you. Okay, so this one is time limit based, so as you clear rounds, you get more time.
That has potential to go very badly with the current player base.
Yeah, we'll see how difficult they make it.
They're giving her another outfit update. No, wait a second. This is her old. This is the one that they revealed in episode 7. I mean, chapter 7.
And they just showed something to recreate NPCs, apparently. Actually, they're showing it twice here. Not sure what happened there.
At this point, the mission passes are almost pointless.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they haven't been that useful since they were introduced to
How was
global.
it? Let me go through the details with these slides.
Mission Pass started with global.
Starting with this.
I thought. Or maybe there were
AAC
like
scratch
a few
ticket.
months with
Punkish
it
Street
on the
drops
Japanese
April
side before then. I'm trying to remember now.
It includes punk rock themed outfits so you can headbang in style, as well as part spacesuit, part school uniform outfits, and accessories that look out of this world. Check out the scratch count bonus for Dash Minecart EX and Glide Minecart EX. These are alternate versions of the motion change items included in the scratch ticket prizes. We'll be releasing 2 different AC scratch tickets on May 1st. The new Radi class augments make their debut in the AC scratch ticket AAC support item select May 2025 as upgraded versions of Anadi class augments. Since the Radi class is a different category of augments from the Lars class, they can be used together.
More pay to win.
In Rewind Collection May 2025, AC scratch ticket prizes
But
from
they've been
May's
doing
past
that
return.
for a while now.
The scratch count bonus includes EX version motion changes and also brings back PSO2 spec weapon camo. The limited time urgent quest, Omen of the Planet Breaker D2, is back for more starting May 7th. Take on Malignant Dark Falls Solace with a team of
You
8
know, it
once
wouldn't be
again.
so bad if those pay to win,
Rewards
those pay
include
for
the Legendarity
augments
Legendios
were no
weapon
more
series
better
and
than what you
Strasceptor
could actually
augment
get in the
capsules.
game.
Yeah, I'll agree there. Yeah, if you could at
Strasceptor
least
is an augment capsule that can be used at the
somehow
item lab
get
as
an
exchange
equivalent of them
enhancement
in the
material.
game, that would definitely help the situation.
They are needed to create the powerful augment Magi's Dreadkeeper 2.
But no, instead the
You
way
also
they
have a
did it
chance
is
to get Magi's Dreadkeeper
they made
2
it so that you can
directly
sell
as
them
a
on the
drop,
market.
eliminating the need to create it yourself. This limited time urgent quest is easier than the major target suppression mission, so definitely give it a shot. Limited time tasks and title tasks will also be added to coincide with this limited time quest. Complete tasks to receive reward box medal Solace. We'll also be releasing Drill Dual Route Capture Battle. In this quest, your team of up to 12 players gets split into 2
I have a
groups,
bad feeling this is
which start
going
from 2
to
different
go
positions and
very
take 2 different
badly.
routes. The key to victory is taking advantage of the unique play
Unless they make it
mechanic
so
which
that one
rewards cooperation between the two
team can
teams.
basically completely carry the other.
Keep an eye on each other's progress and get the upper hand in battle. Limited time tasks and title tasks will also be added.
Yeah,
for
I'm
this
curious what
limited time
happens if every single player chooses the same path. Is it like
Complete
not
these
possible to
tasks
complete
earn
it then?
titles and augment transfer
Actually,
pass
what
vouchers and Super
they
Origin
said
Festival 2025
when they were
SD
revealing
scratch
this,
tickets.
that everyone starts at a different spot randomly.
Ah,
Moving on, I'd like to introduce the AC scratch ticket Fantastic Symphony. It contains fantastical elf and wizard themed costumes, as well as staff and bow weapon camo. Check out the scratch count bonus for Dash Lifer's Rod EX and Glide Lifer's Rod EX. These are alternate versions of the motion change items included in the scratch ticket prizes. I love elves, can't wait for this to drop. Commemorating the 4th anniversary of NGS, Part 2 of our fabulous Halfa Super Origin Festival campaign kicks off on May 14th. From now until June 3rd, we'll be launching various campaigns every week, one after another. Expect fancy gifts, high rate boosts, and more. We'll be adding even more goodies with Part 2. On the 4th anniversary of PSO2 New Genesis, we're doing it all for you. Get a total of 150 free SG scratch ticket draws during Part 2. New
doing
items
this a
have been
lot
added
lately.
to the lineup, including Kanui's hairstyle from the key visual Kanui Long. You'll also have access to the Super SG Item Recycle, where you can exchange SG items for Super Origin Festival 2025 SP scratch tickets and reward box medals. An event linked to limited time urgent quests is also on the way. A special reward box will be available while the limited time urgent quests are ongoing. This reward box will be packed with 50% more items, including Star Gems, Beta Reactors, and Silver Big Bang scratch tickets. Empty the boxes to get special rewards, EX Machina Wings for Solace, and Ion Tail Effect for Dalion. During Halfa's Super Origin Festival, we'll have pre-announced urgent quests each week that you can complete twice, so don't hold back. Naturally, you can also use the salon to your heart's content, and you'll have all the fantastic campaigns you've come to expect, including up to plus 400% boosts and an item enhancement campaign. You can get 10 Super Origin Festival 2025 SP scratch tickets each week just for logging in during the festival, so be sure to come see us on Planet Halfa. Next up, let's have a look at the updates due on May 13th.
All right.
The new limited time quests Dustil Vera Suppression Op V3 and the Writhing Malice Confined launch on May 13th and will alternate daily. Dustil Vera Suppression Op V3 is a revamped version of the previously released Dustil Vera Suppression Op V2 with different enemies and enemy levels.
Wait, was the player base
The
having that
boss
much
enemy
difficulty
at the
dealing
end
with the
is no longer a
Gigantics?
Gigantics, making for a lower difficulty.
Apparently so.
Try it out.
I think the
Writhing Malice
Dustil Vera is the
Confined
one of the
quest set in
bosses I
Brazen
don't
Camp, where
have
players aim to
all the
defeat
titles
the
for,
enemy
just
waves
because
against
the
time
mission
limits.
itself was always so annoying to get through.
Each wave you
Compared to
clear
the ones where
extends
it's
the
just the
quest
single
timeline.
boss.
In specific waves, there will also be helpful gimmicks that give you the upper hand in battle.
Although that's probably changed since I last
Make
attempted
good
to
use
do
of
it
these
solo.
gimmicks to take out enemies quickly, ensuring you have plenty of time remaining for
Gotcha.
the final wave of enemies. Limited time tasks and title tasks will also be added for these limited time quests. Complete them to obtain titles, and augment transfer pass vouchers, and Super Origin Festival 2025 SP scratch tickets. Furthermore, the seasonal points exchange shop will also be stocked with new items, like the accessory cut-out logo ring, and a color variant of the motion change item, Swim Surfing. Not only that, you'll also be able to exchange for higher quantities of valuable items like Super Origin Festival 2025 SP scratch tickets and N Master Cubes. Time to load up on goodies! The SG Scratch Ticket Renewed Resurgent will feature fabulous new items. In addition to Faria's new outfit, hairstyle, and body paint, the brand new Total Wear will also make its debut. You can transform yourself into Garawa, Aina, Manan, or Faria with this new item.
Now, do you get to choose which outfit you get, though?
While wearing Total Wear, you will no longer be able to make character creation edits. However, it allows you to change your full look from head to toe with just a single click. Try one out and cosplay as your favorite character easy breezy.
Like, for instance, let's say I want to get Aina's original outfit
You
instead
can
of the
also
one
nab
that's
yourself
currently
the
there.
forward roll emote from the scratch count bonus.
I think the way I think it works is it has to be
In
done
addition,
with
NGS
character
Season
with
44,
outfit.
the 44th
That-
edition of the mission
I think
pass
it's
will be
like,
available.
you know, those costumes you used to get.
Yeah. So the
Apart
ones
from
that
the
just
Awake
fully
Yard and
replace
Awake
your
Lana
whole
armor accessories
model.
from PSO2.
Yep.
The pass will also
Basically.
feature the new cybernetic headphones accessory,
Except
as
Total Wear
well as the
probably also
mag form
changes your
Otarika
proportions
doll,
as
which
well
turns
and
your
such.
mag into an adorable Otarika plushie.
This could be a sign
On
that maybe
top of
they're
items
also
like stamps and
considering doing
accessories,
something with the
valuable
SG
items such as personal
scratches.
shop use 3 days and SG scratch ticket prize slips will
Because
carry
those
over
outfits
from the
used to
previous
be one of
lineup.
the
Don't miss out.
reasons you would even scratch into the SG scratch.
Next up is the Revival AC Scratch Ticket Motion Revival May 2025. Motion change items featured in past AC Scratch tickets will make a comeback in this Scratch ticket. Motion change items like Dash Hover and Dash Cross Arms that were featured in previous Scratch Count bonuses will also be available in the Scratch Count bonus this time. Don't miss your chance to get them! That's all for the updates coming in the first half of May. Now let's take a look at the second half of the month, starting with this video.
I don't recognize this track.
Now you're ahead of me. This sounds like maybe Dalian?
Okay, that explains it. I kept the music off for most of the modern urgent quests just because I don't I find it very distracting. Oh, here comes the blob.
Oh, yeah.
Yay, Reimu.
Wait, is there a season 2 for this anime now?
I believe so.
There's a season 2 and a season 3 as well, I think.
Yeah.
As well as
Okay, I
like a
need to go
side
watch
season.
it again.
So, funny thing with Reincarnated Slime. Not too long ago, Grand Blue Fantasy had a collab with it. And it did something that Grand Blue Fantasy never did with collabs, and that is have a separate gacha for collab characters. Needless to say, the fanbase was very mad about that. And even funnier, the two collab characters that were part of that gacha, they only worked if you had Reimu in your party, so they were extremely limited regardless, so they weren't even worth pulling.
Gotcha.
Exactly, gotcha. We're also doing voice tickets. I like that.
Not doing anything for Gabiru, huh?
Oh, great! A more annoying spam in the
Yay.
central city.
Yay!
どいつもこいつものんきなんだからさ、私を仲間に入れるのだ。大賢者、解析頼む。食らいつくぜ、グラトニー。
Now they're doing collab cards.
リモナーバ、魔王なのだ。
Great, so things are even more polluted.
I feel like they were using the Moore model for that fairy.
Okay, so I'm looking at the chat of the headline here. I just saw someone say, no, Rimuru was a pouring.
Ragnarok.
Yep.
Ah, my god, I think that was the first MMO I ever played.
First one I ever played was Toontown.
Would
you believe me if I
it was
said
so
the
grind
first-
heavy?
Would you believe me if I said my first MMO was basically PSO?
Yeah, I believe that.
I believe it, except that PSO technically wasn't an MMO. It was just
It's
an
an
online
online
action
RPG. Yeah. I mean, we say it's an online
Anything catch
RPG,
your eye?
but the population of
Let me
PSO was
go
the
into
population
details
of the
with
entire
slides,
world.
starting with this.
まずはこちらの情報です。
The limited-time urgent quest, Planet Crusher Assault D2, will strike Planet Halpha once again on May 21st. Form teams of 8 and test your mettle once more against Malignant Dark Fowl's Dalion. Just like the new Salus introduced earlier, Dalion will be easier to take down this time, so now's your chance to challenge it. Limited-time tasks will also be added to coincide with this limited-time quest. Complete the tasks to obtain Reward Box Medal Dalion. NGS is launching a collab with the TV anime Tensura on May 21st, 2025. In addition to a collab scratch ticket, we'll have limited-time login bonuses during the collab period. Time for some slime! Our new AC scratch ticket Tensura style is here! In addition to avatar items that will turn you into Rimuru Tempest, Shuna, Shion, and Millen Nava, you can get your hands on tons of collab items, including mag forms modeled on Rimuru's slime form and Ramirez, voice chat stamps with quotes from scenes in the anime, and weapon camo based on the weapons used by Rimuru Tempest and his friends.
I wonder if it's possible for you to be in slime form
Check out
during
the scratch
combat.
count bonus for Motion, Idle, Carry Rimuru, and Idle Motion where you can hold Rimuru in his slime form.
Well, it says avatar item, so it may be kind of like your weapons just floats freely.
Spend the May 21st PSO2 day in style with the Revival
That's how I'd
AC scratch
expect it to
ticket
work.
PSO2 Memories May 2025. Avatar items released in PSO2 will make their return here. The lineup for this scratch ticket will focus solely on accessories. Get a prize slip every 15 draws through the scratch count bonus, plus another chance to grab the accessory Twin Flames left arm. Twin Flames left arm looks even cooler with NGS's upgraded graphics. PSO2 memories will continue to arrive on the PSO2 day on the 21st of each month. The lineup will change each time, so keep your eyes peeled. The new limited time quest, Drill Snowy Confrontation in Kavaris, arrives on May 27th. This is a rapid saturation attack mission type quest where you compete for quest points gained by securing the final blow against enemies. The quest also features Mars battery charges to extend your Mars uptime. Use them strategically and aim for first place. There will also be limited time tasks and title tasks for this limited time quest. Complete these tasks, earn titles, and augment transfer pass vouchers and Super Origin Festival 2025 SP scratch tickets. Next up, we have 2 support scratch tickets. Extra AC Support Select May 2025 brings back Lars class augments that pack a big potency punch. Since the Lars class is a different category of augments from the Radi class, they can be used together. SG Support Select May 2025 gives you another chance to grab items useful for preset skill enhancement. Fortify your weapons and armor and reach for even greater heights.
It'd be nice if they put some of those Larze in this
That
SG
concludes the
scratch.
update information for today. Moving on to the next segment. NGS Operation Report. In this segment, the NGS Operation Report, I will share answers from the development and live ops teams in response to players' questions and comments. I'd like to start by reading a letter from the developers. Allow me to read it to you. We would like to thank all the ARKs out there for continuing to play NGS. Here we will provide information on the intended content and handling of future updates in the form of a letter from the developers. First off, we'll be raising the enhancement level cap and increasing the number of augment slots.
We were expecting that to happen at some point.
We'll push the equipment enhancement level cap up to 100 in a June update. To mark this milestone, we'll also increase the number of augment slots to 8.
In June, huh?
Giving you more choice when selecting which augments to use to boost your build.
Yep.
In addition to making it easier to
I have a
use
feeling
Grand
this is going to
Dread
be
Keeper 2 and other
absolutely
high-end
frustrating.
augments, we're also planning to release new augments in the future that will take advantage of this 8th slot to make you even stronger. A balance adjustment for preset skills is on the
I have
way.
a bad feeling it's going to be.
Since the addition of an 8th augment slot will make it easier to max out the potency effect of the preset skill Fixa Abandak. And this will open up a significant gap with the other preset skills you can affix to your weapon. We intend to carry out a balance adjustment.
Makes sense that they're doing that. Also
5
makes me
preset
wonder if
skills
they're
will
ever
be
going to do like a
impacted.
9th or
Fixa
10th
Attack,
augment
Fixa
slot.
Termina, Fixa Fatale, Fixa Blaster, and Fixa Wix. We intend to adjust the balance so that the other preset skills remain relevant. For example, if a Bandak continually delivers high potency whenever its conditions are met, Wix might give you a simple and easy to use attack that's better than a Bandak against weak points. We also plan to boost damage resistance for the armor preset skill Fixa Guard to make it a feasible option when playing high-level content. That's all for the letter from the developers. Thank you for continuing to play NGS. That was the letter from the developers.
So that guard will
Continuing on
go
to the
better
next
with
section.
damage
I have answers
balance.
to
Or,
players' questions and
yeah,
comments from the
damage balancer
development
then.
and live operations teams. Here's the
since
first
you're
one.
always supposed to be at half HP.
I have 2 chat-related requests. I'm especially hoping for the first one. 1. Could you make it possible to chat in the salon? 2. Could you let us chat during all ship matchmaking or allow us to follow chat logs? Here is their response. We are looking into implementing chat in the salon and are moving forward with it. Thank you for your patience as we work on this.
Might have been a problem since base.
Regarding chat during all ship matchmaking,
That has been a
it is
problem
not
since
possible to
base,
send,
yes.
receive, or log
Yeah.
alliance chats or other chats from the ship to which you belong because you have moved to another ship. Please use the group chat log after returning to your ship, as the group chat log is updated when changes are made to the display log.
So that
That was their answer.
that means that they're still doing
Let's move
some
on to the next
development
question.
then.
Would it be possible to have my character move their mouth to match what I say in the chat?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14 does
Here
that,
is their response.
where your mouth moves based on chat.
The ability to automatically mouth words to match chat text would be difficult
Yeah,
to
but
support
took
with
them
the current
forever to
system.
get chat bubbles.
Although it's not automatic, you can use the /face 1 through 9 chat commands to change characters' facial expressions to do mouth movements when chatting. For example, if you type /face 9 hello, your character will say hello and wink while moving their mouth. There are also various other chat commands such as /face 7, which only changes your character's facial expression and does not move their mouth. For more details, check the chat page in the online manual. I use the face commands a lot, so I've added them as chat shortcuts. They're super convenient. Let's move on to the next question. It would be great if the Rappy cushion was also available as a build part. Here is their response. In response to your request, we are working on a way to release the wrappy cushion used in the motion change as a build part. Please sit tight until this is implemented. We have received many similar requests for other items and are currently looking into the possibility of releasing them as build parts, focusing on popular items and items that are a good match for Creative Space. Please stay tuned for more information on this as well. That was their answer. Let's move on to the next question. Now that Animatica Face has been released, are there any plans to release anime-style face options that will make it easier to create male characters? Here is their response. Yes! In fact, we have a video with more information here for you to watch.
Oh?
Oh, hello.
Okay. Honestly, they should have just used release these faces when the game came out instead of going with whatever the heck they were doing first.
Animatica Face was already fantastic, but it looks like we have even more options now. I can't wait to try it out. That's all
For
for
a
our
second or
Q&A
two there,
today.
I was thinking that they had already released that a while back.
Moving forward, we will continue to bring your questions and feedback to the development and operations teams.
Well,
and
they
share the
talked
answers
about it
with you.
before.
Please share your thoughts and opinions about this program and the game on X and other social media using the same hashtag as the previous headline series. Hashtag NGS Headline. Moving on to the next segment.
I would say the main reason that they act like it's a hurdle is that they basically have to work with really, really old
Now, let's move
netcode
on
that
from
Yuji
updates and
Naka
talk about
wrote
some other NGS
almost
related
2
info.
decades ago.
I'm sure it will get you even more hyped to play the game.
Well, then it's probably time for an update
Now,
or a
take a look
change
at
then.
this.
Thing is, it's kind of like
We are
Yuji
pleased to
Naka was
announce that
a
the character
coding
plastic
wizard,
model
as
for Reiko
much of a
Seal
promise as he
Eleanor
was.
version APSY from Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst made by Kotobukiya will be on
Oh,
sale once
Eleanor.
again.
I'm surprised they're bringing that out over here in the West.
Kotobukiya
The
doesn't
history of
really.
this model dates back to the origin of the
Huh.
action figure scene.
I
Kotobukiya.
might get that
The
because
Reiko
I
seal
really
created by
like
sculptor
Eleanor.
Masaki APSY was released at the
I might too.
2003 Summer Wonder Festival in Japan as a resin cast kit and gained extreme popularity. Based on this kit, the Phantasy Star Online Reika Seal Eleanor has been created as a plastic model. This item inherits the concept of an action figure that can be assembled like a garage kit, utilizing a plastic material similar to resin instead of PVC.
But this
In addition, the scale has been increased to 1/12 with redesigned
This-
articulation.
basically confirms that
The design has
They
also
still
been
can't
refined
sell
by Masaki
NGS
APSY
characters.
himself, making for a Masaki APSY version APSY. The color separation has been recreated with different colored parts, and the model's distinctive section ID can be recreated with decals. Pre-orders are being accepted right now, and you may place your orders with any shop that stocks Kotobukiya products. It is very rare for figures like this to make a comeback in stores after their initial launch, so don't miss out.
In Blue Burst, I do use the launcher a lot, yeah. Or the shot, rather.
Starting with this
Shot.
episode, we are launching the NGS Headline Wave Together campaign. Share pictures that match the theme presented in this program, and we'll select the best and most impressive ones to feature in the next episode of NGS Headline Wave. But that's not all. 5 participants will be randomly selected to receive 3 Rappy-shaped fritters and 10 special scratch tickets. So, what's our theme this time? It's My Best NGS Screenshot. You can join in the campaign by following the official NGS Global account on X and posting what you consider your best NGS screenshot with the hashtag NGSHLPhotoOp. We look forward to seeing your proudest screenshots from NGS. That's all for the satellite information. Next, we have our regular mini segment where we highlight something NGS related, such as concept art, in-game songs, and aggregated data, and delve into it with commentary from the development team. This time, I'd like to talk about the background music for Stia Camp, titled Stia Camp Hopeless Frontline. I have some comments from the song's composer, Horida. Since Stia Camp is a frontline outpost and the base for Glenn and his team, I created this song's melody with the idea of it being Glenn's theme. I hope it evokes Glenn's grim sense of resolve and tenacious fighting spirit as he stands face to face against the dolls in what seems like a hopeless struggle. By the way, the Glenn's theme melody I used for this Stia Camp piece is also present in the music for the decisive battle with Glenn's nemesis, Nils Stia, albeit with a more grandiose arrangement. So please take the time to listen to that as well. What did you think? We will discuss other concept art and songs in the coming episodes, so please look forward to it. That's all for this episode of
That was
NGS
something
Headline
that
Wave.
belonged in the liner notes for one of the OSTs.
This broadcast strives to make NGS even better by collecting audience input.
I suspect the
Please
OSTs
share your
aren't
thoughts
selling
and
all that
feedback on
well,
this program and the game by using the same hashtag as the previous broadcast.
and that's why
Hashtag
they're doing
NGS Headline
these.
on X. Together we
These,
can make NGS an even more fantastic game.
Doing these segments in the headline.
The excitement continues with the ongoing Halfa Super Origin Festival and limited time urgent quests, as well as the announcements of the new face options. Let's all continue enjoying NGS together!
I am actually happy about the face options.
The next NGS Headline Wave will return to its Tuesday night broadcast and is scheduled to air on Tuesday, May 22nd.
Ah, dang, I can't join then. I got work.
Gotcha.
It'll focus on
We
updates
still
coming
appreciate
in
you
June.
joining us today, though.
Yeah.
Don't forget
It's
to
just
like
the fact
and
that it's on a
subscribe.
Friday that I was actually able to join.
Now then, ARKS, I'll see you in the next NGS Headline Wave. Bye-bye!
All right, so that is the headline. Overall thoughts?
Not much. I
Feels
like the facial features.
Honestly, it feels like it's kind of still being wasted. They're still. It feels like a waste of time still. They're basically padding things out until whatever they have coming up.
Yeah, that's what it feels like for this month. I don't know, but as you guys might have noticed, I have not been playing PSO2NGS for like a year now. There really hasn't been much reason for me to come back to it.
Not surprising, and that's basically the problem they have. And that's also the whole reason behind the Origin Festival. They're trying to basically bribe people to come back to get the player numbers back up and to spend a little bit more money so that Sega isn't looking at this game and wondering if they should just EOS it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing the Steam numbers. It's just been hovering around 2,000 for the past couple of months.
2,000? More like 1,000.
It's been 2,000. Like, I see. Oh yeah, like 1700, 1600, 2500, 1900, 1800, 1900, 2200, 1800. So it's been around that 2000 range for the past several months.
Which version are you looking at? I'm over here
I'm looking at SteamDB.
because I'm looking here and it says average players for the last 30 days was less than that was around 1,000.
1,759 is what I see.
Sans, did you say CBT?
What?
Which one did you say you were looking at?
A SteamDB.
Oh, SteamDB. I'm sorry.
Yes.
And you're looking at peak players, which is something I don't really count because it's not a guarantee. That's basically like a best. That's like best numbers for player count at the time. The more accurate one is average players, which is what you're getting on average between what you basically get what you're getting from the other. It's basically what should have been, what you're seeing more consistently, and yeah, it's basically hovering over just a little over 1,000 players, and I'm expecting that's going to be going down again. As you can see, over the last several months, it's almost never been nothing but red.
Yeah. I mean, just compare it to when NGS launched, and it's just not been able to go back up to that point ever.
Yeah, unfortunately, the game got a reputation as soon as it launched because of all the lag that happened.
Yeah, that initial launch was so bad.
It's a lesson that Sega refuses to learn. They had to shut down. I've told this story many times before. When Phantasy Star Universe launched in Japan, they had to shut down the servers for like an entire week because they didn't have the infrastructure to handle all the players. And they just continue to make the same mistake for each launch of the series that they make. Aside from the portable one, I think.
It's also that they haven't fixed the lag issues, honestly. Anytime that, I mean, if the old ship is a basic, the old ship basically, is basically a very good example of how the game will play if it ever gets popular again. Basically, whenever there's an urgent quest, every player ends up in the old ship matchmaking ship, and as a result, you always end up when things are actually busy, you get a return of the lag. So they never fixed the lag issue with the netcode.
Yep, and that goes back to what you were saying earlier in the show about this might be the same stuff that Naka wrote long ago. They probably made some adjustments to it over time, but it is possible it could still be the same base at the start.
At this point, I think they need to bring him back just to bring his coding wizardry to fix the game, because you remember how the original PSO was almost lag-free despite dial-up?
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember it because I didn't play it back then.
When I was playing on Dreamcast, it was a almost seamless experience, except when basically I was losing my connection. You know, when I was about to get kicked off the internet by the ISP for whatever reason. PSO almost never lagged. And that has to do with Yuji Naka's coding wizardry, I suspect.
Well, a lot of it, I think, was also the fact that so much of the game was run locally on the Dreamcast. Because back then, there was no concept of cheating on a console online RPG. It just did not exist. PSO was the first time that had really kind of happened, and it was the whole thing with like knolling and such that sort of forced Sega to sort of take some action on that.
Yep, but still, it's pretty much the reason why PSO. I suspect they are still. I suspect this is the reason why I suspect Sega is still using most of that netcode for various reasons that I don't think I can go into on a live stream. Anyway,
gotcha.
let's go on. Let's go on to the rest of the news.
Yep.
Like,
Oops, Lance, we lost you. Hang on. Let's see.
Yeah, we got some interesting stuff to talk about.
There we go. All right.
voice effects persist under certain conditions when voices from AC Scratch Ticket new NGS new voice scratch are used as player voices. We have confirmed a bug that causes duplicate playback for player voices from the AC Scratch NGS new voice scratch when a voice is selected from the cast type tab and are working to correct the problem. We apologize for any inconveniences may cause and appreciate your patience. This must be talking about that reverberation effect that they add to cast voices.
Might be, yeah. There was like a bunch of bugs that happened in the past month that kind of popped up here. This one here on the PS4 version, the game sometimes becomes unresponsive when re-logging in from the ship selection screen after playing for 1 hour or more. That sounds like that was a memory leak, but that supposedly has been fixed as of this week here.
Okay.
All right, then we got an aim for 12 stars step-up campaign. This has been ongoing for a little bit here, but this is supposed to be ongoing until TBD. So part of this is you get a whole bunch of Meseta for completing different chapters in the story. You also get some star gems as well for completing the final part of chapter 7. And then this is where you've got your Acrocelio weapon upgrade campaign here, which goes until June.
Did you get your 6 million Meseta from this campaign? Because I don't remember getting any personally.
I'm not sure if I did or not, but I wasn't. My logins have been so far away from each other that I'm not certain if it just got deposited into my character's Meseta holdings or not.
Okay.
Yeah, they're also doing an augment transfer. Let me see here. No, if you upgrade a Tricelio up to Acrocelio, you get a million N Meseta. That's part of a limited time quest or task rather.
Okay.
And then there's another one here for completing the new version of the Lucille up to 15 times to get a whole bunch of like Meseta and star gems as well as some Rappy drinks. And then this one is already passed by here. So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff still ongoing at this point related to getting a weapon up to 12 star.
Trying to wean players off of the freebies, huh?
That's the hope, yeah, but let's be honest, there could be some freebies that come with in June potentially.
The only way that they're keeping players up is by giving them freebies.
Yep.
My suggestion would be to actually just hard cut them off from the freebies at this point and say you have to get and basically start twisting the screws on the players who are being lazy, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously what they're doing is not working for getting new players in. They're probably reading players that become interested in the game, maybe simply reading that there are free handouts given out all the time, and that just might something like that could easily make them just ask what's the point of playing the game right now then, and when they should just wait for end of service or something.
Very much.
Sometimes when
Yeah, they'll wait for end of service so that Starlight can come out.
You're gonna get to that. Sometimes when displaying the title task list, the error message number 630 appears and the player gets disconnected. This was also supposedly fixed on the 23rd update. When using the EX Augment series function to find augments with 2 in their name, results include augments without 2 as well. This was fixed earlier this week, and there's another point related to this here, which we'll get to shortly. Braver class skill after combat PA extension is also applied to Dimensional Ray after it is charged. This has been fixed as of this week's update. The cursor moves to the top option when selecting creation data for character creation and the salon. They apologize that this is happening, and they're working on a fix for it. And then we've got the Super Origin Festival Countdown campaign. So some of this has ended already. Actually, this one already did end. How did this get in the list? Here we go. Malicious abuse of a personal shop bug. They've confirmed instances of players selling Clyrodim series weapons with EX Augment 1 applied for high prices. This conduct will be considered a malicious abuse of the bug reported on the 4th. And accounts implicated will be suspended without further notice or prior action. Please refrain from abusing this personal shop bug. Obviously, the bug itself has been fixed at this point. I don't know. I haven't been around the past several days to know if anybody actually got banned for using this or not.
I think there have been a few. Basically, one of the things I've heard people saying that they shouldn't be banned because it wasn't part of the rules. But at this point, I think the same people who are doing this are also doing market manipulation with the whole scalping thing. So I'm actually very much in support of this, and I think they should also go after the market scalpers as well.
I mean, this is the sort of thing that never really had a chance to happen in the Western version, but on the Japanese version, there had always been rules like this in place, such as there was an issue that happened using one of the partisan abilities back when Magatsu first showed up, and basically Sega said if you use this particular photon art in a certain way, then we're gonna ban you because it's doing too much damage.
I don't think it was partisan. I think it was a combination of the Rangers weak bullets along with I remember what it was. No, it was the bow. There was this very long to charge up bow photon arts that could be used in conjunction with the weak bullet that could basically just hard wipe out. Could just one shot a Magatsu.
Gotcha. But yeah, this is sort of like the first time this has ever kind of come up for the Western version. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, there were way back at the start of the launch of NGS, there were players that were creating multiple accounts and transferring red box money into a single account. I think that also caused players to get banned as well. Now that I think about it.
Yep.
But there's also always been a policy whereby if you abandon too many missions in a row, and you're the first person to abandon in a team, then there is a rolling counter, and that too many occurrences of those could also get you banned. So Sega has always had stances against abuses of systems in the game, so yeah, it's rare that it comes up these days, but it's these protections have always been there. Moving on from that, so they do have their ARKS Cash Super Sale going on for the Super Origin Festival. This one goes until the 13th, where for Microsoft, PlayStation, Epic Games, and Razer Gold, you can get 2200 AC for $9.99. And then for the Steam store, you can purchase a total of 2200 AC, if you purchase that or more, you'll receive 1200 AC as a purchase bonus. And then
Doing that
go ahead.
Oh, they're doing that mostly just because the Steam store is significantly less flexible.
Yeah. And then they've also got some AC deals going on. They've got the Alpha Super Origin Festival Premium Set, which gives you Premium Set 90 days, which already, I believe, gets a 100 AC discount. And then on top of that, you also get an N Augment Item Protection 1, a preset Skill Enhance Success and Substitute / Level 3, TA Customization Disc X Omni, a Lux Halfinale capsule, Grand Gladia capsule, and a Grand Dreadkeeper 2 capsule. So you do get some bonuses with that, but again, with the way the game is, it's up to the player to decide if that's worth it or not. Same for
Arwen,
go ahead.
I'm just responding to Arwen. They should do temporary suspensions instead of permanent bans for everything. That's Arwen, from what I understand, that is a global thing. The global team is very trigger happy on that, from what I understand, unfortunately. In Japan, they do temporary bans far more often.
Alright, and then we've also
Yeah,
got...
why is it
Go
that
ahead.
why is it on the global version that they do like permanent bans so much more?
As far as I know, it's just how the global team operates. They're far more quick to just... It's something about the global team's internal culture. I don't understand it. It's just how they operate. They're far less forgiving.
There are also discounts on and inventory plus 10 and character storage expansion 50. And then that's basically it for the sale that's currently going on here. And then, of course, we got the Super Origin Festival Part 1 campaign. Here's it showing everything that's going to be in this here. So yeah, it's those 150 free draws, those go looks like there's actually two parts of it. The first going until the 13th, and then from the 13th until June 3rd. And then you got your SG item recycle, use the salon to your heart's content, and a whole bunch of other stuff where you're able to just basically get some free stuff here. Aside from that, there is an issue where some effects do not display properly. They do not go into any details about what effects are not working properly, but they're apparently working on a fix.
It's just some effects.
Yep.
Do we have a Japanese equivalent that could possibly run through a translator?
I don't know. I don't have that pulled up right now, unfortunately.
Okay, never mind then.
There's an error in the name of a baseware item. Basically, something that's been labeled as a set should actually be a baseware instead. The Spirited Uniform version 2. And then there's an error in the task details of a certain task. The incorrect one is defeat Reaper Rappies, or enemies of any type marked with seasonal symbols. Reaper Rappies, as we know, are the Rappies that show up for Halloween. So yeah, that's not right. So it should be defeat Rappies, or enemies of any type marked with seasonal symbols.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder how they handle setting up those tasks. I wonder if they just grabbed a grabbed a pre-made grabbed the pre-made task and just changed the description and such.
Could be. Yeah, it's funny. This kind of reminds me of an old PSO bug, whereby if you went into, say, I think it was either the Valentine's or the Halloween quest in for PSO for episode 2, but you entered it on the GameCube in episode 1 because you could do it back then. Instead of getting Hollow Rappies, you would get Love Rappies instead in that mission. And so that just kind of made the whole mission look kind of weird. But that's what we got for the updates for New Genesis this month. Let's move on to Tabletop. So, we have a statement from the the team working on the Phantasy Star Tabletop RPG. Basically, what they're saying here is the development timeline for the Phantasy Star Tabletop role-playing game remains on track for a late summer 2025 release. Assuming the ongoing exemption for printed books includes tabletop RPGs, their core product is not significantly affected, and the impact on their end is sustainable. And then they have been forced to pause plans for additional accessories. We don't know if this is a confirmation that they had actually got permission in a separate license to do this. But they had mentioned on a prior stream that this was sort of on their want-to-do list or wish list. This is things including dice, GM screens, and similar items due to the lack of cost-effective manufacturing options in the U.S. Despite this, they're continuing to pursue potential opportunities to bring these fan-favorite components to market at some point in the future. So,
Even if I end up not liking the tabletop, I definitely want some Phantasy Star dice.
Oh,
Yeah.
same.
it'd be a really cool item to have. Yeah, definitely.
I actually do play D&D, so having dice related to Phantasy Star to just bring to my D&D session would be pretty cool.
Good news, the Phantasy Star table. Well, good news for you, Ben. The Phantasy Star tabletop is D20 based.
Hell yeah, that's good.
Yep, with some modifications, but yeah, it's it'll be fun to give that a try for certain. All right, that's the update from the tabletop RPG side of things. Let's move on next to Clementine, starting with the March 30th update here. So the luxury booster shop. For the luxury booster shop, players that are level 200 can now access the luxury booster shop in the Ultimate Lounge. The shop will contain powerful boosters for a high price. And then there are also title updates for reaching certain levels. The list is right here for you to look at if you need to see it. Guardian.
By the way, I will say this when it comes to getting the level 200. Don't even once you reach level 191. Don't worry about levels, just worry about getting good gear, because levels will just come naturally at that point. Kinda. It slows down significantly, to the point where you basically need to get as much EXP that you needed to get to 190, just to get to 192.
Gotcha. So
Yeah,
190 is
it's that
sort of
much.
like a soft cap then.
Yes, 190 is a soft cap. Because the stats that you get from 191 to 200 is negligible.
Gotcha. Although you do get some sort of an armorer unit once you hit level 200 though, right?
I don't know. I have not hit 200 yet.
Gotcha.
Or
maybe I'm thinking of
192.
class level.
Maybe, but yeah, I'm just at 192, so...
Gotcha. Guardian's quest system. Daily quests are now static each day. Boosters given out have been improved. Each daily quest now rewards 20,000 Meseta. The Clear 5 missions will now reward a daily token. This token can be spent at the daily raffle mission on the 5th floor. Weekly quests increase the amount of PA fragments rewarded from 24 to 30. And then they added the daily raffle on the 5th floor of the normal, at the normal counter. We'll take a look at that in just a moment here. For gas, Shield Style Rapid Action now has another level added that gives 500 EVP. Shield Style's Reduced X Element reduction has been increased to 15/25% reduction. Shield Style Multiple Parry Chance has been increased to 10 and 20% respectively. Weapon Style Weapon Master Variance reduction has been increased to 100%. For the Security Department Shop, they improved the Synthable PA EXP booster at the department shop, and now a PA EXP plus 200%, and it costs 60 PA fragments to synth. Minty Fresh PAs no longer have any effect, and bug fixes, they corrected the level 1 to 10 modifier on Grav Shot. And then for Daily Raffle, they have an entire list of all the contents that are available on the page here. So just give you can either look at this list here by pausing or going to the Clementine website to take a look at this here.
I saw Gnome Doll.
Gnome Doll.
Yeah, Gnome Doll.
Yeah, there it is.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know how old that meme is at this point.
Very old. The you've been gnomed.
Yeah. All right.
What is that?
Moving on to other updates from Clementine here.
That was 2018 that meme came out. Oh my god.
We are old. No question.
Oh no, not 2018. That it was 2010. Oh. 2010 whether you've been gnomed. God damn it, that was 15 years ago.
Yep. Speaking of, YouTube just apparently celebrated its 20th year, so...
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, updates from Clementine still. Protectors New is the official event for the end of Japanese PSU. In this VR training mission, players will be able to choose from 7 different zones. Once 3 zones are completed, the final zone can be challenged. Players will be able to score points during the mission to increase the amount of clear boxes. Points can be scored by defeating enemies, breaking boxes, breaking objects, and collecting chips. Collecting all the chips in the zone will increase the point modifier. Let's aim for a high score. Easter egg items will be able to be found from the clear boxes. These items can be used at the egg raffle to obtain boosters, weapons, and units. The lower tier eggs have a small chance to upgrade and roll items from the next tier. Additionally, the amount of defeated enemies will be tracked and boosts will be unlocked during a period post-event. As an addendum, this event quest was previously exclusive to the Japanese servers and also one of the last official event missions they ran. As such, it had a story epilogue that takes you to a room with many NPC characters you can talk to at the end of the mission to give their thoughts on the state of affairs post Episode 3 leading into Phantasy Star Portable 2, as well as to take a group commemorative photo with the story cast. This dialogue has now been translated into English, giving Western players the chance to see this extra tidbit of bonus story content for the first time, even if it is rather light. So,
Even still, like, this is the only kind of Episode 3 content that we're going to be able to get on Clementine.
At least for the time being, yeah. I did a whole thing on that Episode 3 is effectively lost content at this point. Aside from what exists on YouTube of it already. Mm-hmm. But one of the staff members for Clementine did say that they do want to try to bring it back at some point. So we'll see. After that, then we've got there were some other updates here. We'll take a look at the April update in a moment. They needed to fix an issue with certain ranks in Protectors New. Sorry about that. And then Protectors New has been adjusted to now only require 942,000 points for all the boxes instead of 1,000,000 points to create some leeway due to a bug of losing out on points when a bunch of points are obtained in rapid succession. And then there was another small update for the event. The Easter egg rate has been greatly increased on all ranks from the 942k point boxes, and golden egg rate has been greatly increased on S4 and Ultimate from the 942k point boxes. And then we get into the April updates. Sans, you want to take this?
The April update? Sure thing.
Update 85.
Yep. Okay, so for the Easter egg vent, players will be able to participate in the Easter egg vent by heading to the club located on the Guardians Colony 3rd floor. Defeat enemies in the target mission to earn milestone boosts that will be active when the event is over. Easter eggs, golden eggs, and ultimate egg can be found in the target mission and be used at the egg raffles. You must reach 1,000,000 points on the ultimate difficulty to have a chance at the ultimate egg. And it's going until the 27th, so it's going until this Sunday. And then after that, the milestone boost will be applied, which, if you are still, if you want to get into Clementine now, with those milestone boosts, that's a perfect time to do that, because you're just going to be boosting your character up very quickly.
Yeah, I think I still got a character that's like level 130 or 140 at this point, so I gotta, at some point, get back in there.
Yeah, I'll be leveling up my alts this weekend, and also next week. The club will now periodically randomly change music. I like that. And corrected text on the weekly mission.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep, that's it for PSU Clementine, but there was one other drop that happened recently. Starlight got a new video.
So speaking of the Clementine team, they dropped a massive update here talking about Starlight.
Yep.
Basically, a progress report on what they've been doing and what's currently working.
Yeah, so 2 points that I kind of took away from it. One is that they're looking to do an early game rebalance, which, if you don't know, way back in the day, when you started a character in PSO2, you weren't doing like 1,000 points of damage when you hit an enemy. You were doing damage in the tens. And even less if you were using, say, a rifle as a ranger. So
yeah, number crunching. And honestly, I'm a fan of number crunching, because the numbers got absolutely insane in PSO2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's actually just one of those things where it was one of the problems that post episode 4 became a problem. And it was mostly because I think they were trying to running the same problem that NGS has, is that they were trying to rush players towards the end game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, and then of course, once episode 5 hit, you got the story switch that happened through the omnibus system. So yeah, no, I'm hoping they're able to do a decent job of rolling some of that back. And, if the team's listening in, you look way back in the history of my channel here, you're going to find videos from back in that era. Granted, starting with episode 2 content, but the numbers are still like that at that point.
Also, just looking at your stream while you were going through there, I just saw the ring of doo-doos.
Yeah, and then the other thing that I picked up in this whole thing is this collection of light NPCs, and if you look on the left side, you'll actually see they're added into the party, which means the game actually did have support for more than 4 players in your party, apparently.
Which is funny.
Yeah. And they had
The
also
other
spawned
small
120 players in there.
The other small little like gag they had in that small section. You're not listening. This isn't about me. This is about the thousands of people Invincible murdered and the countless other lives Invincible destroyed. Why is Invincible above the law? Why does Invincible never pay for his crimes? Where is Invincible when people are trying to put the world back together? What do I want? I want the truth. I want justice. I want Invincible.
Unfortunately, I didn't get that one when it came by me, so that whole sequence kind of flew over my head.
You should watch Invincible. It's really good.
Gotcha. All right, but yeah, so still nothing playable at this point, but they are definitely working on the server. So we'll see. We'll see when they decide to release it.
And I'm really excited to see what they do with this.
What I've been told is that the server is actually that they have several of the urgent quests finished. It's just they're not releasing this. They're just not releasing this until they're probably not releasing this until NGS or at least very least base PSO2 goes into service.
And that makes sense.
That's what they've said. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's the right move to make. Back in the day when the PSO/BB private servers popped up, it was kind of a different situation at the time, but these days, yeah, all Sega has to do is just a simple cease and desist, and Starlight goes away, so. Alright, let's move on to Affinia. So, they released a small update to the launcher and DLL on the 31st. The launcher update fixes a bug with multi-line strings introduced in the March 9th update. That update added multi-line strings for some tool tips, but these spanned multiple lines in online.en.ls and online.ji.ls. This was incompatible with custom launcher strings through online.user.ls. The fix in this update converts the strings in the default files to use cache in its place of the line breaks. If you are using a custom online user ls and generated after the March 9th update, it is recommended you update your custom files starting from the first line that contains cache. Fixed a client bug with tech boosts where the client was not clearing tech boosts for other player slots when leaving a party. This bug allowed a player to potentially retain another player's tech boosts across games, although the game would correct it once the player equipped any of a number of items. They fixed an issue with Grass Assassins in Cave 3 with Omni spawns where the assets for the baby Grass Assassins weren't loaded. No quest for using this function yet. They added a new entry to the main menu to see and change the current slots and updated the English and Japanese Unitext files. The strings for each set of characters are in the Unitext and can be customized if desired. If your launcher is set to custom in the top right, your Unitext will not automatically update. The game will default to using hard-coded English strings in that case. And they added some new properties to advanced config.txt to control the photon trails from the robots on the walls in Spaceship, and to control the camera shake effects for accessibility purposes. They fixed a rare bug with how advanced config.txt would parse some decimal numbers. And that's it for that update. And then there's one more update. The Easter event is ongoing at this point here. It's going to go until May 4th. And so for this one, the drop rates are 1 out of 500 for Ultimate, 1 out of 1200 for Very Hard, 1 out of 1800 for Hard, and 1 out of 2000 for Normal. Event eggs receive a boost in the RBR quests. So for 1 player, you get a 15% boost, 2 players 20%, and 3 to 4 players 25% boost. These rates are not affected by any other drop rate modifiers or server boosts. Event eggs cannot drop from enemies with 0 drop rate, such as those in quests like Beyond the Horizon. Furthermore, scared rappies and boxes do not drop eggs either. The egg shop will contain various ways to spend your eggs. Shop ran by Ellie where you can trade a set number of eggs for materials, collectible items, or mag cells, along with a couple of other trinkets. An egg gamble run by a male NPC on the left. How many eggs are you willing to give up for the chance at something good? And a mysterious Ramarl who has traveled far to sell some mysterious items. And then there is the whole list of what you can get from the gamble here, along with what's in Ellie's shop, and then what's in Karen's shop. So for Karen's shop, it looks like these are presents that they got at Christmas, and they have no need for the junk. So pick however you want to spend those eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I got for today here. Did either of you have anything else you wanted to bring up?
I don't have anything else.
Unfortunately, nothing I can, and unfortunately, I don't have anything either. There is just not much going on with the Phantasy Star series right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I agree. It's kind of quiet right now, but hopefully we'll finally get some news or something next month here with the next headline, because yeah, they gotta at least give us some hint of what direction things are gonna go now that we know, as revealed a few months ago now at this point, that the Nameless City is on board an ARK ship. So,
well, my one worry for that there is you notice the graphics that they use for the ARK ship, right?
Yeah, it looked like it was in the old style of PSO2.
Yeah, it looked like they basically pulled out the ARK ship from base PSO2 and just put it in there, which makes me worried about what kind of resources they have access to right now. If they can't just recreate just can't remodel the new ship from scratch easily.
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to see how this all plays out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode. On behalf of Rooks, Xance, and myself, thank you for joining us today. Day has dawned. Have a great day, everyone.
Johnny.
See you later.